So you're cruising down the street, going to return that stupid thing you bought on Amazon, when this billboard catches your eye. There's no phone number, no website, not even any words on it. Is this some kind of test of your imagination? Is it a prank? Well, let's unravel this mystery together. Hi, I'm Angela. I run Arnold Marketing Consultants, a digital marketing agency that focuses in health and wellness, and I just like talking about marketing. Billboards are expensive and they're really hard to get right. You only have a second, if that, in order to communicate a message. And do billboards even work? You have to convey a unique message in the blink of an eye. They do work if you have the right expectation for them. In the digital marketing age, it's all about click-through rates, conversion stats, metrics, and numbers. But what about the other stuff that's harder to measure? Like how often someone actually looks at your ad, how often they really understood what they saw, and if they remembered the message. Things like top of mind share, brand awareness are really, really hard to measure, especially to put them in neat little data dashboards. Maybe Elon's Neuralink can solve that one. It's easy to focus on click-through rates and forget that you're putting forth a message, a story, a visual representation of your brand. You're putting forth a message to a real person that's going to interpret it through their own life experiences, their view of the world, and even that day's emotional landscape. You don't live in a vacuum when you're putting forth a marketing message. And with a billboard, they have to interpret that message really, really quickly. Branding is not some mystical force, it's just making a visual message stick. Getting your branding right really saves time, it saves money, and it really builds a true neural link between what your brand is, says, and does, and a visual representation, a symbol. This is really important in a visual medium like billboards, because they have to drive by and understand the message without any other extraneous information there to help it. It's just a simple visual message. I wanted to share this awesome case study from Tim Misny. He's an attorney that turned branding into an art form. Most lawyer advertisements are pretty bland, with the exception of David Comey here in Austin. He's the attorney that rocks. He rocks some dreads. So what's Tim Misny's secret to a super effective ad? It was a message so simple, you just get it in a glance. He started with only 6 billboards and is now up to 240, according to an interview with WKYC. His ad campaign started like most lawyers. It was really bland, just some guy in a suit promising you'll get compensation.
Misny and Associates, we'll help you get the fair compensation you deserve.
After a few years, he did settle on a short, memorable slogan.
I'll make them pay.
As he started to get this "I'll make them pay" message out, he started to really reduce the length of his TV advertisements. Then he took the familiarity with this new "I'll make them pay" message and really started to marry that to the medium. This billboard doesn't have a phone number, a website, doesn't even say he's an attorney, and doesn't even show his full name. This builds on the previous message that established that Tim Misny is a lawyer and that he'll make them pay. And it explains what situations that it would be useful in this case, bad accidents and medical errors. Billboards require efficiency and scaled down ideas because, again, you only have a second or two to communicate that information, so you've got to cut out anything that's extraneous. Now this is where the fun starts. Once your audience has seen the message and the symbol together enough, you can then trust them to make that mental connection themselves. Look at that billboard from a purely aesthetic perspective. There's no extra text, no extra information, nothing to clog it up. It's just clean and simple. You can read it at a glance, even if you're going 70 miles an hour. Now contrast that billboard to this one. Which billboard would you remember? And that's the magic. Whether it's a billboard, a video, whatever medium, your message has to speak the language of that space. Misny created a billboard so refined it communicates his message at a glance. That is true, refined visual storytelling. This really speaks to the power of consistency. The more you pair a message with the symbol, over and over, people can start to get it. His strategy underscores that effective branding is a marathon, not a sprint. It's about establishing presence, differentiating your message, and standing out from the competition. Your message must adapt to where it's going to be placed and shown. As an aside, that is why people drive me crazy when they create one social media post and put it on every single platform, no matter where it's going. But that's a rant for another day. Symbolism is a fast and elegant way to make a complex idea simple and effective. Now this is the zenith of the brand, the message, and the symbol all in one place. Now you know what that billboard means with just a glance. To summarize, marketing and branding cannot be done overnight. Often companies want to just skip to a campaign that simply converts instead of doing the work of establishing what their brand is, what their brand does, why somebody should care, and why they should go with you. Often companies want to skip to a campaign that just converts instead of doing the work of establishing 1. That their brand even exists, 2. What their brand does, 3. Why their brand does it better, and 4. Convince you to buy from them. As we all continue down the road of digital marketing, let's not forget the Billboards lesson, the effectiveness of a simple message at a glance. After all, in the fast lane of consumer attention, it's the simple messages that stick.
Just your eyes and the eyebrow. What a bold move, I would say.
Where does it say you can't have fun with your marketing?
Amen, Tim. Amen.